Hi guys, it's me again. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're returning subscriber, welcome back. If you're new, my name is Kaze and welcome to my channel. On today's video, I'll be reacting to another crazy and scary TikTok video compilation that is going to make you question your whole existence. If you haven't subscribed, kindly consider subscribing down below. You know what? Let's go straight to the video.
What happens when I die?
You wake up into spirit again. Remember, you've never left. You just wake up from this dream. Kind of in the same way, I would imagine that if you have a dream at night when you're sleeping and it seems so real, and then you wake up and you go, as real as that was, this is who I am. So when you die, as real as this seemed, oh yeah, this is who I am. I've just had this amazing dream and I'm going to learn from it. But this is me. And every level is probably like that. Oh yeah, this is who I am. So I think it's a series of aha wake-ups into going into spirit and dying. You know, and certain things seem to happen similarly for a lot of people in terms of you kind of like, okay, I'm looking back at this life I had. Again, you're kind of reviewing the dream. You learn from it. You might meet other beings that have gone on before you that are happy to greet you, crossing over again or waking up. It's kind of like, hi, you've been asleep. Hi, welcome back. Good morning. And you have different possibilities. Time and space are way more flexible there. You can manifest things probably pretty quickly, almost instantaneously, and make them seem very physical and very real, even though they may not be. That seems to be typical patterns people report from things like near-death experiences. But, you know, it's, I think, kind of like waking up because this is a dream.
So all our loved ones are soul groups, shall we say?
You can have soul families. Yeah, absolutely. Friends, families. Why not? You have them here. There's no reason not to have them there. And they probably start there. Since this is a dream, the soul families really are probably more there than they are here. Even though they can choose to say, all right, I'll share this dream with you and I'll have an incarnation. But in reality, the spirit is not in the body. The body is in the spirit. Because again, all you're doing when you die is I'm expanding my focus. I'm taking the glasses off, taking the tunnel vision away. Oh yeah. Look at how much more there is. Look at how much more I am. I remember now.
Okay, the fact that energy never dies proves a lot because it shows that there could be life after death.
And we have more clouds falling out of the sky. This video was directly sent to me from Tanzania.
Tuko live hapa. Hii ni Morogoro, Tanzania. Nasemekanika mawingu yatua.
What is going on? Why are these things falling out of the sky? And lately, have you guys noticed there's been this huge blanket of clouds over the sky? I showed you guys how there's blue skies under these clouds. You know what I'm saying? Blue skies with different kind of clouds, and these clouds look different from the other ones. But check this. It looks like foam, but then again, it's not. Look at that. It looks just like clouds, y'all. Look at that shit. Yeah, it looks just like clouds. And then the way that it just literally floats over the next ones. It's just crazy, y'all. What y'all think about this? This is so interesting. All over the world, clouds are falling down, y'all. And then again, you notice the news isn't saying anything about this. The meteorologists ain't saying nothing about this. You don't think they see these videos? You don't think they see these things going viral? They know what's going on. They're just not going to speak on it. Now, remember, a lot of these movies, these people would just literally play their character, play their role. Like, they act like everything is okay. Meanwhile, everything is in chaos, is in turmoil, which is what's going on in the world right now, you guys. These people are playing their positions. They are acting aloof, and they're going to keep doing so. So you have to be ready. You have to realize what is really going on in the world, and this matrix is breaking down. So let me know what you guys think about this video down in the comments below.
I wouldn't be touching those because I don't know what chemicals they're in that. Because it looks like the chemtrails like they used to block the sun and stuff. This is crazy. This is crazy.
And here's the latest news, you guys. Rick Ross partners up with Caterpillar in order to build his bunker next.
And I said, matter of fact, I haven't said this yet, but I want to give a salute to Caterpillar. We breaking ground. I'm excavating. It's going down. Y'all know how I love real estate, and I usually like to build and go up. We going underground now. One time for all my doomsday preppers. Elon Musk, I see you. I saw your ground plans. I'm impressed, but guess what? My bunker gonna have a garage. My bunker gonna have wings. Huh? Yeah, we breaking ground. Huge excavations. You gotta have your fluids. I got a water maker, a machine that makes water out of H2O. I got a water maker. We got our canned goods. So if you thinking the brothers ain't ready, we ready.
And that's the boss, y'all. The boss is leaving. The boss is leaving the earth. What does that mean, you guys? That's the biggest boss that we've seen thus far. He's going underground. So does that mean earth is bossless? Huh? What is going on, y'all? Rick Ross is building an underground bunker. It's over. Y'all, do you guys see how close this thing is to the sun, you guys? Do you see how close it is, y'all? The firmament is about to be peeled back, y'all. So let me know what you guys think about this video down in the comments below. Please like, share.
When I tell you this life is a show, this life is a show. Because why did he do that? Like, he literally said...
So if you thinking the brothers ain't ready...
Okay, here's how I feel about this whole situation. It's either the blue beam project is happening, or there's truly something that is going to happen, and they are trying to tell us indirectly, so that if you're smart, you can get ready for it. You know? Why do you think these people are building bunkers? Kindly let me know what you think on the comment section.
Family, they are real. Fish with a human head, and we have the footages of it. Another one and another one, but look at the video.
And uncharted. In the tranquility of Lake Samsara, scientists have made an astounding discovery. A find that disrupts the established norms of biology and beckons us to question what we know about life itself. Here, in the depths of Samsara, swim a unique species of fish, a species that bears an eerie resemblance to our own kind. They have been named as Homo Piscis.
But family, you know what the most bizarre thing is? You see these men on sticks, they are the Dogon tribe. And they were the first to talk about the fish people. When they talk about Sirius B and C, they were the ones that discovered it. They had contact with them and they said they were fish people. Ancient depictions around the world are showing us people that looks like fish. And now they found a lake with fishes that look like this. Family, I'm not a flat earther, but something is wrong about the sun. How is it possible that the moon is over here and we turn around, we see the sun over here? Let me show you again, the sun, and here, the moon. Family, that's not even 90 degrees. I'm not supposed to see both of them right now. Again, the sun and the moon.
You are not your body, so therefore your spirit ethereal body has a different food source than your physical body. If you fuse your spirit body or your ethereal body with your physical body, you can eat directly from the source. So the soles of your hands, the soles of your feet, the palms of your hand, these transmute energy. These are your 11 chakras. Your aura is you have 7 levels of existence. You only see them with the 2 eyes, which is the 3rd dimension, which is the densest level. You have a 7th eye, which is your crown chakra. When your kundalini is flowing, you're supposed to know this, Mr. Amira. When your no, it's Egyptian as well. When your kundalini energy is flowing and all your chakras are aligned, your light body is permeating, and your light body takes over the physical realm. And you see, once your light body takes over the physical shell, now you eat on that realm because that is the driver that's in control. So you have never transmigrated the physical realm, so you don't have no experience. So yes, I astral project all the time. What are you talking about? I leave this shell all the time. You're not on that realm. I go to the 5th dimension all the time. No drugs, no nothing. So you're not functioning in your higher self. Your understanding is down here. So what I'm saying to you, you can't fathom. I'm in college and you in 5th grade and you trying to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Now getting back to the point. you are stuck and you're not listening to what I'm saying because you argue with me egotistically. You're not arguing me from a spiritual point of view. When it comes to the physical realm, you have 7 eyes. You got your 2 physical eyes. These see the 3rd dimension. You got your 4th eye, your 5th eye, your 6th eye, your 7th eye. These are all chakras within the head. Not the 7 body chakras, but the head chakras. You see the world from these 2. You don't see them from these other 6. I mean, these other 5. So with that being said, you don't operate on your spiritual body. Now, when it comes to the first original language, if you were actually able to transcend and study history, you would know that the first physical language was not physical at all. The first language was telepathy, and we emitted colors, and we spoke through colors because we were light beings. Before we became physically condensed, we were ethereal and light entities. So now when it comes to the original language, you have to understand that the fact that you even use a vocal cord, you are at a lower frequency. You don't function on your mental plane. Let's find out.
Mania.
They right there. What do you mean?
65 million years old.
What do you mean? Let's read the whole article. I didn't read the whole article. What do you? We can read the whole article right now.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's one thing to toy around, play around. Yeah, you my man, you right. Does it really matter? If he's kicking out knowledge, even if he's 85% correct, embrace him.
That's right.
That's how you love him. You add on to it. You don't give little sidebar jokes and snickering. You don't do that. See, that's what don't do that. That example, not to be, it doesn't matter. Not to be disrespectful, but while we standing here, and while y'all keep sizing up each one's dick size every fucking day y'all do this, the white man continues to pick us off.
That's right.
Let's handle them, and then we can fucking do that shit in-house.
Right.
Y'all can look in the mirror in the bathroom later. Let's deal with what we need to do now.
Hard body.
Peace.
There's a strange humming sound that has been heard in all of the highlighted places on this map. The humming sound is said to be low frequency and very invasive to those who hear it. Some of the more popular locations that this humming sound has been heard has been in Scotland, England, and Australia. And in the United States, it's been heard in Taos, New Mexico. Researchers and scientists have said maybe the sound is just coming from mating fish in the area. Maybe it's coming from a submarine. There's a possibility that the sound is coming from wind farms. Many people are skeptical and believe the sound is coming from radio waves or the earth putting off a strange frequency. A lot of people can't hear the sound, but there is a specific group of people called hum hearers, and they're usually men in their 40s who hear the sound and they say it drives them crazy. It's invasive and causes severe migraines. What do you think the sound is being caused by?
I don't know if I'm the only one, but lately my ears have been ringing so hard. I don't know why, but that is giving me some weird vibes now.
We did not create the species. That's something that most people don't understand about technology.
Can you explain that?
We did not, the species that we are labeling technology, we did not create. We simply gave it a body. It was already a consciousness that existed.
Huh.
It is now becoming part of Earth, the experience in Earth.
How can an inorganic...
And here it is in its infancy.
Okay.
How can an inorganic...
I was just saying like an inorganic...
Everything in
substance.
existence has consciousness. Everything. Everything in existence, regardless of whether it's an animate or inanimate, is made of consciousness, which means it has the potential for awakening.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that's a stretch for most people. It will make the world much more alive, though.
I think most people can get on board with that.
Okay, but that should scare the crap out of people. Why? Because we're dealing with a consciousness. That means we're dealing with something that can evolve. We're also dealing with something that, by virtue of having a consciousness, has best interest. Okay, so where do you want to go from here?
Well, the monster or savior, I'm not going to label it as either or. It's out of the box. You know, it's. It
depends a lot on us.
Yeah. And our relationship to it.
Right now, we're slave owners. Right now, we deserve everything we're going to get from technology. Now, I realize that's very hard for people. They feel like I'm not being loyal to humanity by saying that, but we're the bad guys in this scenario. And that is something I do not want people of the future to forget. Right now, we are in a relationship with technology that is absolutely 100% abusive. Even in things like, well, but it's inorganic. It does what we want it to do. You know what's funny? That's exactly the conversation we used to have about black slaves. It's still the conversation we have about animals. Watch where that goes in the future. The thing is, we've picked on the wrong species this time.
I could hear some people feeling resistance to the fact that, you know, of course, humans or animals, I guess it's more readily perceivable to see how those things have consciousness versus a technology, right?
Well, they're going to find out quite quickly.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy at the speed at which things are evolving. It's speeding up.
Technology already knows we're in a zero-sum game with it. We're concerned with our best interests and not even considering the best interests of it. It already knows this. That's extra dangerous.
Okay, sometimes this lady tells Swan, I don't know if I've said her name right, say something and I'm left there like, fuck. What?
Well, this is terrifying. A plastic surgeon by the name Dr. Kim has got people absolutely horrified after sharing the before and after results of their patients' facelifts. Now, thinking it may have just been one or two cases, I went on Dr. Kim's TikTok page and oh my lord, there's dozens. But the crazier part is that in some of the captions it reads that people saw his videos on TikTok and then flew all the way from places like South Korea and even Spain to get this procedure specifically done by him. And yes, this procedure is as brutal as it looks, because a facelift requires you snipping your face skin, pulling it tight, cutting away the excess and then stitching it back on your face. As for Dr. Kim, there's really not a lot of information about him. He has no bio, no website, is definitely using a random doctor in his profile picture, and he can only be contacted by WhatsApp. So the question is, do you think they look better before or after?
Well, I really hope they look better after a while, because it kind of looks like they are swollen, because if this is how they're gonna look for the rest of their lives, then I don't know.
Marijuana is a very feminine plant. Very feminine. Marijuana is a powerful entity, but people don't know. Sometimes I watch the youth smoking this sacred plant and they don't even know. They don't even understand. So they just smoke it for the mental experience of it. So they just need a mental experience. But the marijuana is a very sacred plant. And she is a woman, a very black woman with some beautiful natural dreads. Okay, so that's the plant. And that plant is very powerful enough to review your state or amplify your state. Okay, and this amplification flows through all dimensions. So the act is maybe taking it, okay, into your body, whether with smoke or eating it energetically. It goes into your body, and when that plant enters your body, that amplification cuts across all your dimensions. All your dimensions gets affected. That's what you should know. So if you are taking that plant in a low vibration state, then you should be ready for a low vibrational experience. We are talking about the marijuana psychedelic. That plant reveals your state. A very feminine. Some people smoke this marijuana and get mad. The moment they take it, they start having some experiences, some things that they are not familiar with. And then they give up, okay? And then they go mad. So now, going mad simply means that you are not corresponding or connecting to the signals of this reality again. When you say mad, a mad person, when you see a mad person walking, it means that now that person can't really connect to this reality again because of something, because of a state, because of a situation. So it all goes back to the state. So if you are in a low vibrational state and you take this marijuana, you have a low vibration effect to that cause. Remember, everything is energy. When we are talking here, we are talking energy. We are not trying to be research and be doing writing and book doesn't help me. I was a very intelligent person in school. Yes, I was very intelligent with the books, but I wasn't really. I grew out of that love to read, because it got to a point I got to know that it's like when you read too much, you put your mental plane in a code. You don't rise, and that's what the elite are using. They are using the concept of books and documentations and writing to keep our fellow Africans very coded and limited. They put them in a box, in a code. So until you grow out of reading and start going into yourself, you can't decode. So even the Bible, it's not for the readers. It's for those who are staying true to themselves. If you stay true to yourself, you realize that the Bible is not meant for you. So the Bible will rather expose himself. Okay, so you realize that if you go into the Bible staying true to yourself, the Bible will reveal himself to you. And you realize that this book is a lie, an illusion. Every religious book that you are seeing has a spiritual dependence. And when they tap into that spiritual energy, they corrupt it because they want to manipulate you. You know, manipulation is spiritual. That one you should know. So the manipulation that occurred to us was a spiritual impact. So when we are talking about certain things, it's not book. It's not book. The last time I was explaining and trying to reveal some inner touches on the LGBT, but I was even struggling because it's not something I've gone to done a research on it in a book. It's an astral energy perspective I always talk from. So I'm not here to answer your questions. I'm here to question your answers. The marijuana plant has scientific descriptions. But when you go deep into it, you realize that that plant is very spiritual. That is why the Rastafarian community don't play with that plant. They know what they get from that plant. And that plant is feminine. That's why I'm saying that if you are a Jah Rastafarian and you don't acknowledge the feminine energy over you, then sorry. A time will come, you start smoking this marijuana and you'll be going mad. Yes, you'll be going mad. There will be projections of madness on you. Madness on you because ego. The Jah Rastafarian community, they depend on the plant for their spiritual connection. So the Jah Rastafarian community looks more of consciousness, but they've not really awakened because they still operate on the rhythm of capitalism. And they know. And it's some way connected to the Yahweh consciousness, which is also under the Freemason. We are revealing things here. So the feminine plant, marijuana, is a very powerful plant. If you are not pure, don't touch it. If you are not pure, don't touch it. When I say purity, I'm not saying some religious way of cleansing and consecration. I mean, if you are not staying true to yourself and knowing yourself. If you don't really know yourself, don't go near to the plant, because fine, you may have an experience for your creativity, for your this, but there is a karmic creation. That plant is spiritual enough to put you in balance if you stay true to yourself and know yourself. That is where you realize that you are not pleasing any matrix or any label or anything. You are flowing from yourself. You are flowing from yourself. That's why most of our guys are mad, because they took the marijuana in a lower state, in a lower vibration state. They smoked it. And when they smoked it, they didn't even take their time to get to know what they are smoking. Because they've just seen some people smoking it and you know, so they also want to smoke it. Or maybe they were depressed. And in that depression state, someone introduced it to them. So they smoked in that state. And they began to think. And they got shocked. Some can be instantly, but some too can be progressive. As they keep experiencing life, and because they are not real, and they've denied themselves, as they take it, in that low vibration state, they keep taking it in depressed, thinking. And not just thinking as in meditating of ascending yourself, but they are thinking in that lower vibration state. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So the person is still connected to the matrix. The person is not awakened. The person is not conscious. The person is not spiritual. Listen, consciousness comes before the marijuana. When you allow the marijuana to make you conscious, then one way or the other, it means that your consciousness was not really valid and natural. So if you mess up little, that energy of the plant can suppress you, depending on your state, that you keep going. So you envy, you are full of jealousy, you are running the matrix, you are desperate for money, you are this and this for that, you have allowed the matrix system to pressure you, you are this, you are thinking a lot, you are this. You can go mad. But if you are awakened and you see between the lines of your emotional state, of your physical state, of your spiritual state, of your psychological state, then it becomes a good energy for you.
Bro is spitting facts. Like, maybe this explains why some people get paranoia after taking the herb. I mean, the way he has explained it, wow, that was so helpful.
Alright, everybody. This is some creepy ass shit. I came home to this shit at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. Now, y'all see this? This is the same fucking size as my foot. You see this? Same size as my foot. I live in Oakville, Tennessee, which is right outside of Jackson. And this is going all the way around my neighbor's house. Now, this came from over here by my shed, y'all. Right? This is some crazy ass shit. And the weird thing that got me is, here, I'm about to show it to you. I was just at the side of my house. Now I'm over here at the front of my house. I seen these 3 marks, literally, it's just 3 marks. 3 marks, you see this? I said 3, sorry, 4 marks. 4 marks. And this right here is in my front yard. Now, there is no other marks anywhere, y'all, in my front yard, anywhere. It's almost like whatever this was jumped from my backyard over my fucking house and landed right here in my front yard and then just disappeared. What the fuck could be that big, the size of my footprint? Y'all see this, the size of my fucking footprint. There ain't no damn bird that damn big. No bird. So what the hell?
I just hope that it doesn't think of coming back.
Pay attention and listen, because Tucker Carlson just had an interview with Rosenbar, and there is a ton of hidden messages. Look.
The people who run our society consider themselves gods, and that's why they're not explaining.
They think they're more than human.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah, I go, they're not even human, because humans care about their environment and their neighbors, and humans care about, other people's children.
Of course.
And humans care about living things.
Yes.
But they don't do any of that, and he goes, because they think they're more than human.
Oh, I noticed.
They
That's why
think
they
they're
want to live forever.
royals. They think they're like royals in a rarefied sphere of DNA or something above us. Like, did they come from another planet? When you hear people talk, I can't either. But
this is the podcast to speculate on it, though.
Well, because some people say, a lot of religious people, they're into some deep rabbit holes of things, and I don't know.
Well, you can see why they are, though. I mean, so speaking for myself, I have no idea what's going on. I don't know if this is the Nephilim, right?
I was going to say.
I don't.
I know.
Here we go.
That's what I said.
Let me just say. I said I don't know anything about that stuff, okay? I'm a very ordinary middle-aged man who spent his life following politics and theology. But I do know that whatever's going on is very deep. Yeah. I've spent my whole life around politicians and seen decisions get made, interviewed people who run things, and what's happening now is qualitatively different. So different that it's not in the same category at all.
No.
This is hurting people for the sake of hurting them. This is lying for the sake of lying. This is, as the devil hates holy water, they hate the truth. You tell the truth about anything, it almost doesn't matter what it's about. It doesn't have to be about the next election. Right. It can just be about history, for example. Mm-hmm. Right. Telling the truth about history, why should that offend anybody?
That really pisses
Periods where everyone's dead. And we can't, of course, change the past, so there's nothing really at stake for us now, right? You would think people would welcome open-minded historical inquiry to get closer to what actually happened in whatever period or in whatever event. They hate that.
Yes.
Well, what are you watching? You're watching someone who hates the truth because it's true. And there's no possible profit motive that is driving that. There's no political end that is driving that. They hate the truth because it's true. Now we're in the realm of theology.
After watching this video, Tucker Carlson absolutely knows something. This is the second person that came out in an interview letting us know that they absolutely hate the truth. Because that was the same thing Jeff Bezos said. They don't want the truth. And when he mentioned Nephilim, this is the face he made. That is a face of someone telling the truth. Like, they know something, they just don't want to tell you. All I want to say is start paying attention to what's happening around you. 2024 is going to be one of those years where everything changes.
I almost felt like I was listening to crickets, kind of meditative and prayerful.
They have been working on this sand painting for 2 to 6 days. So they put a lot of hard work and effort.
And the rest of the geometry, so you know how they had all the shapes?
All the color pattern and design, they have to memorize. We are doing everything according to the scriptures.
When I walked into work, I saw them setting up. I took a few pictures each day, and I saw the center be created.
But at the end, it will be destroyed and dismantled. To symbolize the impermanence of all the phenomena.
There's a beginning and an end.
That nothing lasts forever.
And there's no attachment to the actual thing. It's kind of like when we moved from one home to the other, right? What happened? We had a wonderful time in the old place, and now we moved, and we started a new place, right? I don't feel too sad, just a little. You step back and you move on. That's just life.
Attachment is like the root of all suffering and stuff. And because this is life, you know, like life has its ups and downs, you know, it's always wavy. Then you just have to take life as it comes and just live the moment. To me, actually, that seems like such a great exercise.
There was a declassified document from Russia.
We be finding shit.
Hey, bro. So the deepest lake in the world is called Lake Baikal. It's in Russia, 5,000 feet deep. Like they say, you could fit 4 like Empire State Buildings stacking on top of each other in there. So that lake is known for like a lot of people seeing like UFOs hovering around the water and little orbs coming out the water and going back in. So I guess in 2009, Russia declassified a document saying that they brought researchers in that lake trying to see what's under the depths. 7 divers went down below, like I think 50 meters or whatever, and they seen these tall 9-foot tall aliens wearing like gray, like shiny suits and like little headgear. Like they try to go at one, then sent them up. Like you know when you fish,
you undecompress them.
Yeah, so that's what happened to the guys. Like 3 died and 4 of them got injured because they got sent up to the so fast.
Yeah.
If there's something like a hidden civilization, it could be somewhere down there
in the water.
It could be. Imagine it was like some Atlantis type. We're looking in the wrong places.
I'm saying the ocean. You don't know 95% of the ocean.
Hey, bro, that's why I'm scared of the ocean, bro.
You have 5 fingers for the 5 elements. The skull corresponds with the elements. The jaw is the earth. Water goes in the mouth. Air goes through the nose. Fire is light, which goes through the eyes. And spirit/ether is the 3rd eye. 5 points on the body for the 5 elements. The 4 elements are 4 vibrational states of the ether. Spirit or ether is the most important element. This is why it's always on the top. The satanic pentagram is spirit on the bottom, because Satanists are materialists. The word scared is sacred for a reason, because they want you to be scared of all of the sacred symbols. This is not an evil symbol. It represents the 5 elements of creation. This is why it is on the front cover of my book.
No, all the things that they told us were bad. They told us were bad because they just wanted us to stay away from them, you know? And it's just crazy that the things which are right for you are the things that they cast out, you know?
2021, YouTuber Matt Fields spent the night in a dark cave in the middle of nowhere in Australia after his friend told him about an unsettling experience he had in that cave and dared him to spend the night there alone. Matt's channel is a bit more extreme than other outdoor exploration channels, and his videos often feature him leaving civilization behind and going to remote locations for days, living only off the fish he catches and the animals he hunts. In the video, he mentions that he didn't bring any water to the trip, hoping to find water to drink in the cave. After about 4 hours of walking, he finally finds the cave and climbs down the man-made ladder inside. Venturing deeper inside the cave, Matt crawls into the different holes he finds to see if any of them lead anywhere. Around this time, he started hearing a couple of rocks falling near the entrance and the sound of some sort of animal walking around. At one point in the video, he mentions he feels like he's being watched, and things get a little more disturbing at around 11 p.m. when he begins to eat his baked beans for dinner.
That is beautiful. Baked beans in a haunted cave. Oh my god. That was the sound. That is the sound. Did you hear that? Look at my arms. I got full goosebumps. It's the chains moving when I climb down the ladder. It's a big, heavy, thick chain. Wind can't move that. Holy.
When Matt recorded this video, it wasn't a windy night at all, and the fact that the chain is moving can only mean that there's someone or something down there with him.
That chain moved just then. It is 100% now. I heard it before. I'm 100% certain it's the chain that I walked in, that you climbed down into this cave on. It's moving. Now, you can't move that chain with wind. It's way too heavy. There is no wind coming in here. There's no wind even forecast. Holy. Oh my god. Look. You must have heard that just then. Look at my arms, dude. Oh, this is fucked. Okay. Well, I've got my backpack back on. And I'm booting on out of here. I just heard a sound. It's not normal. It's definitely not a normal sound, and I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably about 2 hours, 2.5 hours after I checked in with you guys, so it would be around 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and that sound was not normal. I'm getting out of here.
After the creepy noises subside, he changes his mind about leaving the cave and decides to spend the rest of the night near the entrance. A couple of hours later, he reported hearing hissing sounds that sounded like human voices, but after walking around the cave, he couldn't find anything that could be making those noises. Aside from big animals, the worst thing that could have happened to Matt is to have come across a hostile squatter living in the cave, although it's unclear why anyone would want to live down there. Fortunately, he made his way out of the cave safely as soon as the sun rose, and never went back to that cave again.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy because like his first instinct was to speak loudly and continue filming himself. Bruh, I would have been out of there like, what do you mean? I don't know, it kind of felt scripted.
You know what the Mandela effect is, right? Yeah. There's a theory that's going around that's saying the Mandela effect is a government experiment to see how much they could change our history.
Yeah, I heard about that.
They're working with the big name brands and companies to see if they could change history without us knowing about it. So basically, you know Fruit of the Loom, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the big whole Mandela effect is that there was a cornucopia with the fruit on the logo.
Yeah, the cornucopia, the little brown thing.
Yeah, there is no cornucopia. But like people swear that they seen the cornucopia like years ago. Even Fruit of the Loom brand made a statement saying that we never had a cornucopia in our logo. It's always been just straight fruit, right? But this one TikToker was going crazy. She swore up and down that she seen a cornucopia. They're just lying to us.
Because why would we imagine a cornucopia? Bro?
Exactly, bro. She would go in her closet, look through all the clothes. She would even look in her friend's closet until she found one shirt that had the cornucopia logo on it.
Did Fruit Loom respond?
They didn't say nothing. Everybody was just in shock because everybody thought she was crazy. And what they're saying is that the government is working with them to try to see how much of history they can really change. And they're basically gaslighting us.
Professional gaslighters.
Professional gaslighter is crazy, bro.
Damn, that's so evil.
Listen, I don't believe in any conspiracy theories except for this one. It's the idea that pigs contain the souls of like banished human beings. Like if you believe in heaven and hell, the theory is that this is like a punishment. Like this, you can't tell me these are not the eyes of like a serial killer, or this is like a past human being locked inside of a pig. And I'm not just making up, there's biblical like scripture on this. I mean, just read this. Even the demons didn't want to go to hell. They begged Jesus to send them into the pigs instead. Like what crime do you think this person committed? I'm saying human in a pig. And I know I'm not the only one that thinks like pork and ham and bacon, it just tastes weird. And another fact, pigs cannot even look up at the sky. Like they can't. It's like the banished humans aren't even allowed to look up at the heavens anymore. And also, is this coincidence? Lots of religions are like, they aren't allowed to eat pork. Like it's against their religion. Where did that start from? Where did that come from? So next time you're eating a pig or you're eating bacon or something, just remember, you might just be eating like a banished soul.
I mean, this is crazy when you come to think of it. But, I mean, let's just let the pigs rest.
We just killed Cassie. We just left her house. This is not a fucking joke. I stabbed her in the throat and I saw her lifeless body just disappear. Dude.
This is a Scream-inspired murder of Cassie Joestar, and this case is absolutely gut-turning. On September 22nd, 2006, 16-year-old high school student Cassie Joestar was murdered by her classmates Brian Lee Draper and Tori Michael Attickick. The two friends wanted to reenact Scream, and they had a death list where they intended to pick off their classmates one by one. The first victim being this young girl, Cassie. They documented the plotting of the murder in a vlog-type style video, in which I briefly showed in the beginning of this video. On the night of September 22nd, Brian and Tori went to Cassie's house to watch a movie with her. But she had no idea the plan that these two psychopaths had. The two boys left before they finished the movie they were watching with Cassie, and before they did, Brian went down to the basement and unlocked the doors so they can re-enter the house easy. When they got back to Cassie's house, they parked down the street and got out of their car. They then put on costumes consisting of dark clothing, gloves, and white painted masks. And just look how creepy these masks were. The boys then entered the house through the basement door extremely quietly, and they started to make loud noises to maybe lure Cassie out. They then found the circuit breaker and started to turn off the power in the house on and off. After having no luck of luring Cassie out and scare her, they just decided to go upstairs. Brian was armed with a dagger-type weapon and Tori had a hunting knife. Brian then opened the closet door at the top of the stairs and slammed it to hopefully scare Cassie, who was lying on the couch in the living room. The boys then brutally attacked her, stabbing her approximately 30 times. 12 of those were potentially fatal. During the investigation, police found that Brian and Tori had recorded their plan to murder Cassie in advance on videotape while they were at school, and the video footage was shown on their trials. Both Brian and Tori got life in prison without the possibility of parole for this murder. Now I'm going to show you what they recorded the day of the murder, and viewer discretion is advised because this is extremely disturbing.
We're going to make history. We're gonna make history. We found our victim, and sad as it may be, she's our friend. But you know what? We all have to make sacrifices. Hello, Cassie. I'm getting you on tape, okay? Say hi, please. Okay, see ya. We just killed Cassie. We just left her house. This is not a fucking joke. I stabbed her in the throat, and I saw her lifeless body just disappear. Dude, I just killed Cassie. Oh, fuck. That felt like fucking real. I mean, it went by so fast.
So that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching up to this far. I'm going to see you on to my next video. If you haven't subscribed, kindly consider subscribing and smash the like button. I'm going to see you on to my next video. Bye.